If someone leaves you tired every time you see them, this explains why. Some people drain your energy without obvious abuse, confrontation, or conflict. This video explains the psychology behind emotional exposure, narcissistic traits, and silent manipulation. You'll learn how to detach internally when cutting someone off isn't an option. A quiet exit that restores control without burning bridges. When escape isn't an option, ever feel like someone is quietly draining your energy and there's nothing you can do about it? You can't block them. You can't avoid them. They're a coworker, a family member, a neighbor, a superior, and every interaction leaves you exhausted. You replay conversations in your head. Your mood shifts after seeing them. Your energy drops before they even speak. This isn't weakness. This isn't oversensitivity. It's psychological exposure, and most advice fails you here. People say, just cut them off. Set boundaries. Don't let it affect you. But what if cutting them off isn't possible? Today, we're talking about something far more powerful and far more subtle. The silent exit. Not leaving physically, not confronting dramatically, but psychologically disengaging so their presence no longer controls your inner state. This is how you reclaim your peace without burning bridges, creating conflict, or losing yourself. Part 1. Recognizing the narcissist's red flags. Not every draining person is a narcissist, but narcissistic traits are common among energy vampires. The red flags aren't always loud. They're consistent. A subtle sense of grandiosity. A need to be admired, agreed with, or centered. A lack of genuine empathy, especially when the focus isn't on them. A quiet entitlement to your attention, time, or emotional labor. They often redirect conversations back to themselves, minimize your experiences, create drama where none existed, leave you feeling unseen or diminished. And the most dangerous part? They don't always appear toxic at first. Some are charming. Some are just difficult. Some are family. This is why blocking isn't always an option. You can't block your boss. You can't block a parent. You can't block a coworker you must collaborate with. And over time, this constant exposure has consequences. Unchecked narcissistic drain erodes mental clarity, self-worth, emotional regulation, even your sense of identity. Psychology research increasingly shows that chronic exposure to emotionally manipulative personalities leads to heightened stress responses, emotional fatigue, and long-term nervous system dysregulation. The problem isn't one interaction. It's repetition without protection. Part 2. The psychic shield. Building your inner wall. Part 2. You cannot control their behavior, but you can control your internal access points. This is where the psychic shield begins. 1. Present moment anchoring. Narcissistic manipulation thrives on emotional hijacking. They provoke. They dramatize. They bait reactions. The moment you are pulled into their emotional narrative, you lose leverage. Mindfulness here isn't spiritual, it's strategic. You anchor to your breath, your posture, physical sensations. This keeps you in the present, rather than reacting to their tone or subtext. When you are grounded, manipulation has nowhere to land. 2. The gray rock method. Gray rock doesn't mean being rude. It means being uninteresting. No emotional spikes. No deep reactions. No fuel. Short responses. Neutral tone. No elaboration. Narcissists seek emotional supply admiration, frustration, reassurance, conflict. When you remove emotional reward, they gradually disengage. Not because you fought them, but because you stopped feeding the pattern. 3. Strategic empathy without absorption. This is critical. Understanding someone's insecurity does not require absorbing their negativity. Many narcissistic behaviors come from deep insecurity, fear of insignificance, need for control. You can recognize this without validating it. You listen without agreeing, acknowledge without fixing, respond without emotional investment. Empathy becomes armor, not a doorway. Part 3. Redefining the interaction. One of the most powerful shifts is changing how you interpret the interaction itself. Internal boundaries. Boundaries aren't always spoken. They're internal decisions. The moment you notice, I'm being pulled into their dynamic, you mentally step back. You disengage before emotional entanglement occurs. The observer stance. Instead of asking, "Why are they doing this to me?" you shift to, "This is a predictable pattern." You stop personalizing. Their behavior becomes data, not judgment. Patterns lose power when you stop internalizing them, reframing their narratives. Their drama is not your responsibility. Their emotional state is not your assignment. Their stories are theirs, not problems you must solve. Once you stop co-authoring their narrative, it collapses. Part 4. The art of the silent exit. This is where detachment becomes practical. Active listening without fuel. You can listen politely without contributing emotionally. No fixing. No rescuing. No validating distortions. You nod. You acknowledge. You don't expand. This deprives the interaction of momentum, minimizing conversational hooks. Avoid open-ended prompts like, "What happened next? How do you feel about that?" Instead, keep responses closed and neutral. The goal isn't connection, it's containment. Physical distance in shared spaces. Even subtle changes matter. Positioning yourself away, creating natural breaks, shortening exposure time. Your nervous system notices these shifts and begins to recover. Part 5. Reclaiming your energy after interaction. Detachment doesn't end when the conversation does. Debriefing rituals. After exposure, consciously release. A deep breath. A walk. A physical reset. You are teaching your nervous system. The threat has passed. Replenishing emotional reserves. Reconnect with. Activities that restore you. People who see you clearly. Moments where you don't perform. This reinforces your identity outside their influence. The long game. Psychological detachment is cumulative. Each neutral interaction is a win. Each non-reaction weakens the pattern. Each boundary strengthens your sense of self. Eventually, their presence loses emotional gravity, not because they changed, but because you did. Final part. The quiet power of leaving without leaving. You don't always need to escape physically. Sometimes the most powerful exit is psychological. When you stop feeding the dynamic, when you stop internalizing the noise, when you reclaim your inner space, you leave without leaving. If this video resonated, subscribe to Mind of Paradox, because real power isn't loud, it's quiet. And it begins the moment you stop giving access to your energy.